And so remember this too: Tom Serson, Jim Riley, Joe Zillig, Harry Race, Bernard LeChance, TJ Dave, Perlita Quinwan, Eldon Anderson, Don Wiley, 61 Amphibious Baseman, GPS Peso, Robo Rapist Knight, Red Randy, Red Gordon, and Ellery, Jim Hall, Bill Duvall, Doug King. Remember, Bernard and Perlita, artificial intelligence. And since you guys took that brain away from what it's intended for, if GPS Peso, Robo Rapist Knight, or one of you guys cut off a head, the Golf Pro cut off the girl's head and took it, Perlita, and you guys drive around with it or whatever, whether it's a boy or a girl, but they know it's meant for girls or separate girls. If you fucked people over that much, Bernard, remember, artificial intelligence. They'll build you a brain, the quality of type of work that you do, supposed savior of the earth, Bernard and Perlita and Ellery. Remember too, Elton and Ellery, you profess to be gods. A god, or atheism, or Christian. So remember, Bernard, their technology is getting better. So they'll chip you down, Bernard, Ela, Chancellor, Fagala, Freeman, and your groupie there that claim that they're, the cleanliest people in the world, but really you're criminals, Bernard, BB4, BAT4. And remember, Bernard, you have the military and NATO and all them sitting on top because they know more. So as you cry baby Carney, Bernard, and Red Randy for your grand reality and your supposed greatness, right, Bernard? They can predict, like I said, Oracle making it for you. So they're putting on all this information about your group, Bernard, about what's going on, and they're going to basically build a reality and predict about what you are, Bernard, the Ghetto Life, Bernard, and Perlita, Ellery, Robo Knight. See, are you starting to get it, Joe, Harry, Ellery, Karen Foster, Country and Western, Brian, Stan, Steve, Joe? Be careful, Bernard, because it's building it. And every time you guys have come through with Joe, what has it done? It's degraded out of the wave. For every massive crime that you've committed, Bernard, that you keep lying about. So that will be your pickings. Pickings? Pickings? Pick. See, Bernard? Do you think the police and engineers and all that are as dumb as you think? The FBI, CIA? Do you think they're as stupid as you claim, Perlita? Or the special forces that really let them? Be careful. That might be your pickings. Picking, like Country and Western pickings. So, be careful, Bernard, as you claim to be the almighty master with the all-American 61 Amphibious Baseman. They're building you a brain and artificial intelligence of what you're going to be able to choose from in the future as you claim to your ownership, to your ghetto style with the Negroes and all that. So if you love to employ the problem, Carney, Bernard, and Elton, lots of problems you may have, Bernard, especially if they come back and through and make you an immortal in your own pile of shit. And then try to run a war against the military and them, Bernard. Because do you think Jewish Colonel Mel Kolb's that stupid? Or Colin Powell or the Joint Chiefs of Staff? Because guaranteed you, Bernard, the Navy and all them and the police officers, firefighters, they probably want to win their Google or their Starbucks and fix the problems. So, be careful what you claim, Bernard and Ellery and Robo Knight, Taco Joe, Charles. Be careful, Michiganis. Be careful. Picking Street, Jamaican Street. Be careful. Because they're in it. The military and all them, even though you guys make fun of them, Perlita, they're in it to win it. And they're going to make it very, very difficult for you, Bernard, and your circus and all that stuff, and the ghetto life and all that. They're going to probably make it as difficult as possible for you to win, Bernard and Harry and Joe, Ellery, Robo Knight. So it pays to do your homework. Because they already know they beat me, because I told them, go ahead, do it. So like I said, every association from there on out, if you guys are going to do the same thing, Jehovah Joe, if you're going to keep placing me with people I don't want to be with, or those gangs and stuff, guess what? You really want to be a criminal underlord ruler now, Bernard? Yeah, Harry, Joe, get it? Get it, Perlita and Dave? Milehouse House? Steve Jones? Get it, guys? Are you starting? Is it starting to penetrate your brain? Maybe they're actually smarter than you, the police and the military and all them. Because I mean, they've only been around to fight you people's wars for thousands of years. They couldn't possibly be as smart as you, huh, Perlita? Especially when they watched you guys decimate several cities and not know what you're doing the entire time. Who said you were the original creator of this stuff, Perlita and Bernard? In order to be in the reality at which Ellery persists, or the Robo Knight, or the amphibious base, man, somebody else had to create it first. You guys had to learn from it. So the simple act of him going, oh, the blue nut. Okay, Bernard? Get it, Bernard de la Fagala chance? You got no chance. Got it, man? If you want to be a warlord with the Negroes that bad, they'll build you an artificial intelligence and brain, Bernard, even though it's not yours. They're answering your question, Bernard de la Fagala chance and Perlita. LGBT, Judy Shepard, Bitted Fat. What happens when you become complacent? When you become lazy, unhealthy? I'm giving you an example of that. It makes it 10 times easier for the fire department behind me and the Coast Guard and all them. NASA's proven it. All of it, Joe. So, David, are you as smart as Space Odyssey 2001? Star Trek? Star Wars? Are you? Because, Bernard, trust me, there's some people in it to win it. And the military's going to be number one. And I don't think they want another strike. So they're going to be on top of it more this time than ever. So good luck, Bernard de la Fagala champ. He's running back and forth to Mexico and all this stuff and dang. I gotta hide it and cover it up. Run back and forth, tattletale. Stand it, Joe. Like I said, the elderly man already said they lose at the Episcopal Church. How could you possibly win? And I am not going to make it difficult for the military or Kim or Bailey or my cousins or my wife or my sister. So how do you guys win against him? How do you win against Boots, Bernard, or Mary, or even the Christ? How do you win, Bernard? Because I didn't make it difficult for those girls, Bernard, because I didn't kill them. I wanted them to win. I wanted the Godfrey to win. I wanted the Bailey to win. I wanted the mother to win, Bernard. So like I said, if I was the government, I would have hired them. Why? Because I know I did win. So, Bernard, your adversary is probably Kim, or Mr. Beswick, or even Greg Fowles, or even Paul Bueller, or Ron Miller, or even Jewish Colonel McCall, or number one, Colin Powell. You never know. He might be one of the most best secret agents ever. You never know. Or the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Or even maybe the politicians that are putting their faces right in the paperwork in for you, Bernard. Because Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton know you guys were the ones that fucked everybody over in the first place, Blue Box boys. Drunkard Bernard, because you guys had to have your idol. You see, I'm doing it cynically because I don't want to be in the circus, but I can, Bernard, because I'm supposedly dumb. Why doesn't it work, Tom? Well, they figured out our hack. Bitten. So, you know, Bernard, Starbucks even gets approved. Let's shuffle them around. But you guys got to do all that, Bernard. It kind of means it's the shittiest performance on earth.